Hello and welcome to Necromunda News, a title I just made up.
Necromunda News.
Necro News down.
That's actually really good.
Well, we've got some wonderful Necromunda news that I'm personally incredibly excited for.
I'm less excited, but the model's still
Because
cool.
yeah, you don't play this faction, but it's the Palanite Enforcers are finally getting a book.
Yay!
That isn't Book of Judgment, which was really kind of their book.
It was their book. They were the main focus, but that was also 2018, 2017.
I thought you were going to say that was also 20 years ago.
It was also 20 years ago.
That was literally 40 years ago, not hyperbolic at all. We talked about in our reviews of the Enforcer gangs, check them out on the channel. We did two because there's kind of two gangs you can play. There's the base Enforcers from Book of Judgment who play very differently from a normal gang. And we talked about they're not super far behind, but they're a little behind.
They're a little behind. Their rules definitely could use some catching up.
Yes.
But they're still good.
And then we talked about how there's the Outlands Enforcers gang, the Badlands Enforcers gangs, who are way more modernized and up to date. And if you want to play a more modern Enforcer gang, you play them. But they sacrifice some of the Enforcer flavor because they can't get some stuff. And there's questions about, like, can they even get the law bots, Automata,
Right.
All that stuff. So we talked about them. Both gangs feel just, even the Badlands Bad Zone Enforcers feel just a little kludgy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're finally getting a fix to that because we're starting with the book first. So I'll scroll down to the book.
Yep.
Bastions of Law.
Disappointed there's not a dog on this cover.
Yeah, no dog on this cover, 0-10. Just three schmucks that I don't care about. So this gang, there is a gang list featuring the Captain and Sergeant, what we just talked about, two new scenarios, gang tactics, a Bad Zone Enforcers gang list as well. So we're also not losing the Badlands.
Yeah.
Or the Bad Zones. That's what shocked me about this.
That is interesting. I thought they were just going to combine them and make like one list.
Like, I thought they were going to kind of acknowledge that White Dwarf article, the Apocrypha, was a Band-Aid to an old gang. A great Band-Aid. Like, don't get me wrong. And then move on. But apparently not.
We just get both.
We get both. So do you want to talk about the models first or talk about what we think? Let's talk about the models first.
Let's talk about the models.
So the new model shown off is we are actually finally getting a... No, not finally. Sorry, I was about to say finally getting a second Enforcers box, but we already had a second Enforcers box.
Yeah,
we're getting a third Enforcers box.
A third Enforcers box.
This one is full of sergeants and captains. So the captain over here on the left here, sure looks like a captain.
I love the modern helmet, but with the Roman boot brush on the top.
I don't love the duster thing.
That's actually probably the thing I like the most about it. But I'm not an Enforcers
I don't
fan.
like the duster combined with the modern. I would want one or the other. If you're gonna go cowboy, go cowboy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go Roman, go Roman.
This reminds me of the wrong way they did. So this is the wrong version of the Votan Scouts.
Yes.
That had the suit and then the duster over the
yes,
suit. I
which
think
was
that
great.
looked better.
Yes.
Than this does.
I don't like the duster under. Like, it's just a duster skirt. It's not even the top part.
I have a heavily they have a duster and then they put the armor over top of the duster.
Which is wrong.
It is wrong.
Because the duster is to keep dust off your armor. Like, come on. So that's the
again. This is the wrong version.
Obviously, he's got a power sword and a plasma pistol.
Yep.
I think that's a bolt pistol. I think
it looks like it.
And then I can't tell what that is.
Skull speaker.
I mean, that's Jerry. Is what that is. And then also a whole bunch of sergeants.
Yes. So a bunch of different weapon options for sergeants. Potentially some new ones.
Both. I like that this box is going to have both normal Enforcer sergeants and Subjugator sergeants. So you get like the concussion cannon. I don't know. I can't tell what that is. That might be a bolter.
It looks very cool.
Shock mauls, which as we talked about in that review, are not great. That just looks like I think, is that a bolter or a?
That looks like a straight up bolter. It does have a barrel at the bottom of it.
It's got a barrel at the bottom and it's got an AK magazine in there, which is we've not seen from.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a curved banana mag, which you don't really see from bolters.
Oh no, I think it's like this, but at a weird angle.
Oh.
I think it is a curve like.
Oh no, you're right. That is a drum mag. Angled drum mag.
That's what I
Okay.
was thinking of.
So never mind. Yeah, those are probably bolters. Then that might be a long, because that's long. No one's bolter is that long. Not even Long Bolter Johnson. You need a long bolter.
That's the long
name.
bolter.
That's the name. Sorry, we're talking about Duster, so I'm just gonna make New Vegas references now.
I thought you were just making that up.
No, it's a reference to Fallout New Vegas.
Okay. Then keep it in.
Yeah. Then, of course, the set of 8 miniatures is completed by a pair of doggos. Bork, 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 bork.
Except I'm not sure how much borking they're going to be doing. They look fully robotic.
It's still a bork, but it's like bark.
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 Bark, bark.
Bark, 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 bark.
Friend of the show, Sean, was very, very happy with the right-handed one that looks like a dog head, and the other one just looks like a tool in a mechanic shop.
Yeah, it looks sort of like a...
Not a fan of that one. Not a fan of that one.
I'm a fan of these because they're plastic dogs,
plastic
which we
doggos.
haven't had for Enforcers. We've had the plastic dogs from Orlok,
Yes.
which some people even used as the hard cases because they look so much better and they're not made of resin.
Yes.
The resin one's not bad. These are better. I also like the right one on the right more. If you've been playing the Darktide 2 update with the... Or not Darktide 2, Darktide 1. Spoiler!
Yeah, oh, you're not playing Darktide 2?
Yeah, loser. If you've been playing Darktide with the RBD's update, you might enjoy the dog and the presence of the hard case, even though it's technically a different one. They're just... Warhammer's really going all in on the cops this year, aren't they?
Oh, that's fair. They do like...
RBDs everywhere,
Yep.
and in the games where there aren't RBDs, we get Enforcer updates. And then finally, the thing I'm actually the most excited about, honestly, is our own weapons and upgrade sprue. So 5 heads, which look pretty generic and boring, honestly. They're set to match the existing left and right arms, which are weird in Enforcers.
Yes.
The shock batons, the assault shields, magnagles, finally, those are models.
Yeah, finally exist.
But finally, web guns.
Ooh.
Which we didn't have before, but we talked about it's a really, really strong
yes,
thing.
very good.
That's clearly a sniper rifle, even though you probably don't want one of those because they're kind of bad.
Honestly, a long rifle is fine. I like long rifles. I don't like las longs.
Yeah, but the sniper rifle
Long
is
las.
what's... No, because the long rifle isn't on their list. It's the sniper rifle.
Oh, you're right. I forgot they have a different
and
option.
it's worse.
And it's bad. Never mind.
That's a flamer.
I take everything back. That is a flamer.
And we have some, stun
You know how to
guns.
calm the populace?
This is 40K, to be fair.
Fair.
So, yeah, we're getting all of this. The question is when?
Yes. So we talked at the end of last year about all of the Necromunda spoilers that they'd put out and not given us. We've gotten all those now, which is great.
Yes.
Now, to be fair, it took a long time to get all of it.
Yes.
So is this December? Is this next week?
No. I think this is months off.
You think it's months off?
I think this is a couple months off. There is also one other thing that was leaked that we obviously don't have on the screen here. Maybe, Cody, if you can find that, or because it's in the chat for our Necromunda group.
Yes.
It was leaked of a pair of Enforcer Psychers.
Oh, there's psychers? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I think so. They're like weird Psyker guys. Maybe it's a picture of the box that someone was obviously sent ahead of time and leaked it out. So there's more here. Because here's the thing: is that the only thing that's coming?
It's fair.
That hasn't been announced yet? There might be more.
I mean, the guys on the cover, I'm assuming at least one of them is a named character that we don't have yet.
I mean, you say that.
But look at the guy. Look at that guy. He's got a monocle. He's got to be a named character.
Are any of the House of Books named characters? No, they're all just gang members. I'm pretty sure Asungar on the Ash Waste. She's not even on the Ash Waste Nomads cover. She's only on the Vaults of
not?
Temenos.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you're
it's the campaign books that get named characters.
Oh, that's disappointing.
These don't get named characters because you have to make your own name in the Wastes.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
There's a named character in here. You owe me something.
I'm sure there's a named character in here.
On here.
Oh, no, I don't owe you anything.
You owe me a sody pop.
No. So obviously, as someone who has dabbled in Enforcers and liked Enforcers despite their shortcomings,
Yeah.
I'm excited for them.
Careful use of words.
Now, the question. The Ash Waste Nomads book was not actually a big upgrade for Nomads.
No.
In fact, it kind of actually made them campaign weaker in some very critical, debilitating ways.
It was a slight upgrade to their rules with a major downgrade to their weapons options.
Yes, because it took the trading post away from
Yes.
them. The question is that's what's going to happen to our Enforcers. Because we talked about one of the big downsides to base Enforcers, if you're not playing with the trading post, which they can't do by default, then, or how, I forget what their exact restriction is because I've only played Bad Zone Enforcers so much. But, they're very restricted on the gear they can get.
Yes.
That's what they really suffer in late game. Bad Zones makes up for that Now, the fact that they've said there's still going to be a bad zone list in here gives me hope that you'll still have one of these gangs options that you can still play the normal way of playing with a trading post.
I think both of them will. And the main reason I think that is that Nomads is an outlier. They do not belong in the society that everybody else belongs in.
Sure.
So they get their own trading post.
Sure.
I don't think that is a sign for the future that everybody's going to get their own trading
No, I'm just thinking that the only reason I say it is because previously these were the other guys who didn't.
No, the other guys who didn't is Ogren, who still don't have their own.
You don't count.
Still can't use the
no,
trading
I mean,
post.
but they didn't get theirs because, unless they were playing bad zones.
Sure.
So I'm wondering if they're going to keep up with that.
I don't think they will.
I hope they don't.
They also specifically in the Ash Wastes Nomads book, at the description of it was their own trading post every single time they posted it, and they don't say that here.
That's true. That's true.
So I think they're going to be more in line with a normal House of book.
That makes sense. We can hope.
So
yeah, obviously I'm super excited. I'm very happy to play these. I hope we get it soon. TM. Probably going to be a few months, which, hey, you know what?
Yeah. And if not, yay.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah.
And that's it for us, this little news snippet. We'll keep you updated as more Necromunda news comes out. Let us know below what, if any of this, you're excited for. If you're not excited for any of it, tell us that anyway.
Yep.
So I can know you're wrong.
Post it anyway.
And
engagement.
We will talk to you next time.
Bye.